I'm about to show you exactly what it looks like to go direct to seller on your next real estate deal in the living room with these people as I do it in real time. Now, I own over 150 houses. I have 300 plus flips under my belt, and 90% of what I buy is direct to seller, just like I'm about to show you. I'm going to go through the exact frameworks that I use, the process, what I'm doing, play by play. I'm going to speed some of it up so it's not boring. I'm also going to change their voices a little bit, blur out their faces, because I don't really want to disrespect them at all. But I want you to learn what this looks like so you're not so dang scared of going direct to seller, because sales gets a bad rap because there's a lot of bad salespeople out here. But this is what good sales looks like. I'm going to walk you through it. Here we go.
So here we go, kitchen.
Now notice that these guys are in the room right next to me, and that's an important part of the whole process here.
These are
Watch what I'm about to
tops.
do here.
We got the false backsplash. So what we'll need to do in here is new cabinets. We'll go with granite countertops in this one. And yeah, full deal here, stainless appliances. To make it work, we're gonna need to take it up to, you know, like we did across the street.
Okay, two important pieces here. One is, you see I have my GoPro. And of course, I make content, so I have a GoPro. And two is, I'm making my scope of work right here so I can take it back to my office and break it apart later, because I'm building a scope of work on the fly, because by the end of this video, I'm going to be making them an offer that they actually accept. So it's going to be awesome. But the most important thing that this tool does for me, the GoPro, is a sales tool, because what it allows me to do is I'm there to build rapport with them. So I want to build authority. Oh, authority is an important part of the offer strength formula. Authority times your value proposition, which we're going to get into that later, but that equals your strength of offer. Authority times value proposition equals your offer strength. Okay, now, and everything, if you watch Hormozy, is all about the offer, right? And it truly is. We're going to give them a strong offer, and we're going to build it through authority times value proposition. Authority comes down to three things. Now, this is very important. Authority equals rapport, it equals trust, and expertise. Okay, so rapport is how well you vibe with somebody. That's the relationship that you build with them. And so you're going to see throughout this process, as I'm walking and building my scope of work, which I'm going to later plug into a formula that I have in a calculator that I've built. I'll show you all that. And I'm going to show them that too. It's part of my sale. Okay, so I'm building rapport, which is one of the three pieces of the authority. How well I vibe with them. I'm building relationships, because when I build a relationship in good sales, you build relationships, you knock down the wall of sales friction, and then I'm able to get to the core of why they want to sell. And then I'm able to work with them to figure out what's most important to them. And I'm increasing the value proposition in the same time that I'm building authority. Next is trust. Trust is how much they believe I'm going to do what I say that I'm going to do. Okay. And that is heavily coupled with rapport. It is the way you talk, the way you hold yourself. That's how you build trust with people. And then expertise is how much they think that I can actually carry out what I say that I'm going to do. Okay, and so that is what I'm doing with this GoPro, is I'm walking around the house and I'm talking about it like I know what the heck I'm talking about, because I do. I'm building a bit. I'm talking about the house. I'm talking about everything that I'm going to do to the house. Like, it's not my first rodeo in there. That is expertise. I'm obviously not a novice in there. Okay, now the sales friction. Okay, this is a real thing. This is the allergy that most people have towards salespeople. And they expect me to be a salesperson that is not on their side. Okay, so if I walk in there and I start talking trash about their property, okay, their walls are going to go up and I'm not going to be able to build rapport with them. It is going to stop me. It is a barrier for me being able to build rapport, which is a barrier for me to be able to build authority, which is a barrier for me to be able to build my strength of offer. You get what I'm saying? Okay, so I take down sales friction with this tool of the GoPro because I'm only talking to the GoPro. I'm not talking trash about their house directly to them. It is to my GoPro. It's to my team. It's me being an expert about what I'm doing, not beating them down. And in fact, you'll hear as I'm talking to them throughout the video that I love this house. I love buying houses in this area. Oh, this is a great house. And I truly mean it. I love houses. And so I'm going to talk positively about their house and make them feel good about what's going on here. And then the last thing that I did here was to help build more expertise is you heard me say, oh, this is the same thing that I did on the house across the street because no crap, I did the house right across the street like a year prior to this. So here we go, back to the video.
Forget the address, but same level. Let's see, we have a deck on the back. Let's check for.
That lock on the left side there.
Oh yeah. I build houses, so I should have known that. Right? Yeah.
Well,
Before.
Don't judge me.
It's pretty bad.
Cool.
Beating myself
All right.
down. I'm not a salesperson, you know. That's the whole deal here. And of course, when I say I'm
No, that
not a
was a
salesperson,
joke.
of course
I
I'm a
should
salesperson.
know how to get these things open. Is what I mean.
It's ever since people
There it is.
on the floors, I think they fixed that.
We're good. We're good. I'm just not strong enough. That's the problem. Okay. Structural. Eesh. It's got rot here. We're gonna.
So again, I'm talking to my GoPro, not talking to them. It's got rot. There's some structural issues. I'm thinking down through my scope of work here as we go. Okay, and what I was saying there earlier is I say I'm not a salesperson. I'm not a bad salesperson. Of course I'm a salesperson, but you do that by building rapport. Once again, bad salesperson would come in, try to beat them
Let's just
down.
get to the bottom of this here real quick.
Okay, so right now I'm legit like building my scope of work because I got to figure out how much I'm going to offer on the house.
Meter.
Okay, so there's issues with the siding. Obviously, the deck needs repaired a little bit. That door is redone.
That's right.
I got my Crocs on.
Okay, floors are eating up here. We would need to take these out. As far as softness of the floors, not too bad. We might have like a couple.
Not your fault. Not
Yeah.
your fault.
A little bit of OSB.
Still want 7 weeks of bad luck.
Oh man, can't be using that right now.
Okay, doing a floor test.
Popcorn ceilings.
Okay, letting them know that I feel that it's soft. All right, they're standing right there. Popcorn ceiling's gonna have to redo that. I'm explaining to them without explaining to them directly. This crap is gonna cost some money, and so you guys know here. Let me show you. All right, so these are the tools. They're free, tools.solohouseflipper.com. Flipper Rhythm, I actually didn't have this built when I was there, so I do all this stuff in my head. But anyway, I know this is going to be a renovation flip. That means that I'm not taking drywall off, but I'm basically going to replace everything. I have a around 2,000 square foot house here. We have 2 full baths, 1 half bath, right? Yes, that's what we have in this house, I believe. Maybe it's only 2 baths. Yeah, got to remember correctly, but I think 2 baths. Okay, and so this all gets automatically added there. Quick 6, I'm not going to be doing a roof replacement. I'm going to be doing a repair. I had a little bit of structural stuff. I'm actually going to bring that up a little bit. Plumbing, electrical, mechanical. We're going to get into more of that. And then siding and windows. So I'm going to need some more money for the siding. I'm not actually going to replace them. And these would be things I'm thinking about in real time. You know, I saw that meter on the outside. It wasn't that old. This is probably a house that's built in like the 80s or something like that. It's new enough. Like that's going to be grandfathered in. I'm not going to have to replace that stuff. Drywall damage. There's quite a bit of drywall damage. Okay. No insulation. I'm going to have to do a little bit of demo, but nothing crazy here. The auto ads. I made other videos on like exactly how I use this, but flooring. Okay. I'm going to have to do that throughout. Interior paint, I'm going to do hardware and fixtures like I always do. Landscaping basic, construction clean. The replacements, remember I said I'm going to do new kitchen countertops. I'm going to do new appliances, backsplash, cabinets, trim and doors. I'm going to repair throughout. All right, so guys, I know I'm going to do those things just by walking through what I have seen so far. But let's get back to the video, okay? And the important piece here, guys, is that you see, I'm building this scope of work in my head on the spot because I need to make an offer. I'm going to make an offer in that living room. You're going to see it in real time.
That we'd want to undo. A lot of patches here with screws. Okay, let's look around the toilet for softness. Not too bad here. Obviously, an update in the bathroom would be necessary. Okay, got some water issues happening right there, I imagine.
Three baths. You know, there's another one in the back.
Okay.
A lot of clean out. I remember this is pet stains.
Okay, so there's definitely some kind of water issue that's happening. It's down in here. Maybe also some pet stuff. It's got a funky smell. I'm guessing there's pets or water issues. I'm gonna look at the basement here.
The light's down there, so I can't remember where the light switch is.
Oh, that's all right. I gotta.
Stairs on your right.
Perfect.
Smells real bad down here. Okay, you see the pet crate there.
Okay, similar smell. This is definitely animal stuff. I can see the poo-poo.
Okay, that's gonna be common.
Okay, is there any water? Is the question.
Okay, so you know, this is a tough one, and this is why, you know, I am always going to add a little bit of juice to the budget. So let me just show you here. I have right here advanced the juice. Well, we have a contingency that's to cover things that I don't know, and then the juice. You know, I'm going to up the budget just a little bit with contingency and a little bit of juice just to, you know, because things are going to come up. And I'll tell you right now, after doing this flip, we actually sold it and we found water issues on that front wall. We had to open it up and we had to do a bunch of stuff. And so that was unplanned because I couldn't see it because there's pet crap everywhere and there was stuff in the way. And so sometimes you're just not going to see everything. So you got to, like Patrick Swayze says, expect the unexpected, you know? Roadhouse, by the way. Okay, mechanical room. HVAC is looking pretty good.
Oof.
Right, that's newer. Woof is because it smells bad.
Cat
poo.
poo-poo.
Cat poo.
There it is. Oh, yeah. Nice.
Electrical panel looking good, guys. This is a
Okay, we
newer
got
panel.
Square D.
Got breakers. You know, I don't have DIY looking wiring above that. I got PVC pipes. You know, this is newer plumbing, modern era plumbing and electrical, mechanical. I'm feeling really good about those things. I know that I'm probably going to have some repairs, but I'm not putting any replacements on the budget right now.
And
we go out
now
the garage.
We are in the garage.
The stupid garage door cost me a lot more than I thought it would when I first looked at it. But, you know, my priority when I'm here is making a sale, all right? I'm making sure that I don't miss anything on the scope of work. That's what that calculator is all about. It makes sure that you don't miss anything.
Okay, the railings are a little bit... I did, yeah. I'm going to do a quick runner on the outside. Alrighty.
Hey, I was gonna tell you, I think the roof was replaced, I think it was about 8 years ago.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
We had, that was after one of those storms we had, insurance came out and
Cool.
replaced that, so.
Okay. Great. Great. Oh yeah.
The roof ain't leaking, it ain't getting replaced.
All right. Looking for any signs of water.
Okay, I was getting water and I didn't see any at that point. Should have known it because I'm on a hill. But if you're on a hill, you're almost always taking on water. You know, the siding, I had planned on just painting it, and there were some holes from animals getting in there, and it was a lot tougher to fill than I thought. You know, we filled them up, but then the animals kept coming back.
Check, check, check. Okay. Well, let's go make an offer.
Whoa, we gotta make an offer, guys. It's gonna get wild. Tight pants. Squat day.
Because I was just wondering if the case was coming.
Being brave, bringing you guys right into the living room here.
Yeah, we usually
Might ruin
take
my
it
sale. Oh, I'm feeling the floor. Oh yeah.
See what you need.
Yeah, I think so. Okay. So obviously a decent sized rehab here.
Oh, yeah.
How,
Okay.
do you have a number in mind?
That's my butt. Sorry, guys. I'm like holding the thing behind me because I don't want to make it weird that I have the GoPro on me and that I'm recording it. Okay, but listen, I have a pretty good budget here. Garage door replace. I wish I would have put more money on that one. Clean out. You know, we're gonna have a little bit of a clean out. Tree removal, none. Drainage, didn't plan on it. Okay, I'm trying to remember back to exactly what I'm thinking at that point. Let's see, just after we did the walkthrough, I might up the drywall a little bit. Demo is looking good. Hardware, yeah. Always put a handyman budget. Countertops, kitchen, tubs, and bath. We got 3 of those. Vanities. Exterior paint that I planned on. Gutters. Just a repair, not a replacement. Deck. This is going to be a big one. Got a lot of repair. That's a pretty big deal there. Shower doors. I had to replace one of them I had planned on. Okay, and then I have my contingency, and I have my juice, a little bit of extra. Okay, I think that I'm actually just a little bit under on square footage here after watching that video. It's probably more like 2,200. Okay, so I'm right around 80 grand on the renovation is what I'm thinking here. Okay, and this has got a lot of contingency in it. I expect that I'm probably going to be down a little bit lower than that, but I want to be conservative when I'm giving my offer. Now, if you guys know how this works, now my budget goes directly into my flipping calculator. Now, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to figure out what they think the house is worth, right? Because this is all based upon what the after repair value is. Okay. That is going to show me what the acquisition price is. This is based on a 15% rate of return, hold time of around 6 months. This is my hard money loan or, lending that I'm getting or whatever, the cost of the sale. That's how all this stuff is getting figured in. And the reason that I have this as a drop down is because I'm actually showing her this on my phone as I go through these numbers with her. So I want to make sure we agree upon this and make sure we agree upon the rehab budget. So guys, you see, why this is so straightforward. There's no tricks here. This is straight up. I am going in there and doing a construction bid is basically what I'm doing, right? Because I can get the after repair value right off of Zillow. Basically, hey, other houses in your neighborhood that have been nice have sold for about this. I can show you the stats right here, and they probably already know. They're selling their house. They're looking at what other people are selling for. And if they're reasonable about it, great. Now it's just the rehab budget, and they have to be able to agree that there are other costs associated, and they're saving those costs, right? That's part of the value proposition. There's no realtors. There's no inspections where you're going to get beat down. I'm paying the closing costs. I'm paying all that crap. All right. And so they understand that, and I can just show them the numbers. If I've built authority correctly to where they actually understand and believe these things that I'm saying. So that's what I've been doing in the scope of work. And that is mainly the sale right there. I just made it. I've already built authority, and I'm about to reinforce the value proposition. And you're going to see here, if I remember this one correctly, it's pretty easy because she understands those things before I get to the negotiation table. So this is like what a sale looks like. These are the stages of the sale. You have the intro. Okay. That's like real short. You saw me walk into that house and I introduced myself. Of course, I had a phone call with them before. I was about to try to draw a phone, and I knew that would be a bad idea. So this was mostly done on a phone call. All right. I started to build some like initial rapport, and then I did the scope of work, the walkthrough. Okay. And that was most of the sale already. And it wasn't even direct, like confrontational, like most of you guys think. Now we're at the negotiation table. That's what we're doing right now. That's supposed to say negotiation. It says Here we go. Back on it. That's my butt again. Sorry, guys. Wish I would have filmed it better.
I don't want to offend.
I have a number that I'm thinking, but I'd rather you just give me an offer.
Okay.
And you don't have to do it now.
Oh, no, I mean, I understand the game.
Yeah.
Okay, so I always ask for the number. I would rather them give me a number than me shoot first, but whatever. Don't be a sissy about it. Like, that's like the conventional wisdom of sales is like, do everything you can to get them to shoot first. And you absolutely should, but don't like keep pushing like a weirdo. Like, oh, well, no, you shoot first. No, you shoot first. Like the key to good salesmanship is just being honest. Like you might hear me saying this, but it's, I'm not sure if I say this or not. But commonly I'll say something along the lines of, well, listen, like, obviously I'm trying to get this house for as little as humanly possible, and you want to sell it for as much as humanly possible, but we're going to have to find somewhere in the middle to agree upon. And that's what we're doing right now. That's what we're talking about. And it's okay to be honest about that. Bad sales is when you're being shady. Okay, here we go.
The people. So the question that I always ask is what, it's all a series of backwards math.
Yeah.
That, it takes so much money to get this house to a livable spot
Exactly.
that I could go sell it to, or sell it to the market. So really the only question is, do we agree upon what that would be worth once it's like done? And so, I see houses in this neighborhood that are like selling for the high twos, maybe even 300. Does that sound fair to you?
I think so, yeah. I think if this house was refurbished, it could easily bring 280, 290, 300.
So
sales friction here, guys. right? She's expecting me to say, just like all the other people, well, like I'll do 180. Okay, that's not what I'm doing. I'm doing the backwards math. I'm saying this is what it would be worth, but it's not worth that. We agree that it's not worth that, right? Because it's got all this work that I just spent time building a scope of work on.
I have
Two sold up on Severe on the other end. I think one was 274, one was 279, something like
She
that.
knows. Who
I think it
knows?
was a little bit smaller, but And I'm not ignorant
Everybody
about
knows
how
what
much
they're selling for, you know?
that it's going to take to get it back in sellable condition.
yeah, that's where like big house works against you too, because there's just a lot. Yeah. So I'm gonna show you here. I'm just trying to figure out what I think it's gonna cost me to do all this.
That's not your first rodeo, so you know it's pretty much.
This is not this odd life I chose, but I'm in it.
Rapport. Okay, so I just got to tell you, if there's anything that's sneaky about it, I know the number before I even walk down into the basement. I know what that renovation is going to cost. You see my Flipperism calculator, but you know that Flipperism is based upon me walking through hundreds of these houses. So I knew what I thought the renovation would be. But I am spending time putting it into the calculator and all that kind of stuff so they don't think I'm just throwing out random numbers. And truly, I'm not throwing out a random number, but they might think I was if I just brought one in 5 seconds. Bom, 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 bom,
I didn't know my kids said let it get to the state. They were both extremely depressed.
Just so you know, like so common. So common.
Feeling good about the house, right? Not, oh yeah, it's junk. There's junk everywhere and it's disgusting. It's like, I deal with this all the time, guys. Not a big deal at all. It's
Right.
This is clean.
I've definitely seen that before as well. Okay, so I'm thinking that it would cost me like $80,000 to $90,000.
What I was thinking. Yeah.
So I like to be as like in the middle as possible. So oh yeah, well it's okay. So here's where I come with my numbers.
Okay.
So I think it's going to be worth $295,000 after it's all done.
Okay.
I think rehab costs are going to be 85.
Okay.
I took right in the middle. I tried to go high on the after repair value. I am going to invest a lot of money.
Sure.
And I would like to make 15% off of my
Okay.
money.
Okay.
I figure it's going to take me like Trey's calling me, 6 to 8 months to do, but I'm going on the low
Right,
side,
low
6,
side, okay.
you know.
Trey was one of the salespeople that worked for me at the time, and so she had talked to him as well. If you're wondering who that is, but anyway, we're going through the calculator. Like literally, I'm showing her exactly what you're seeing.
And then, you know how much like the cash costs me, how much it's going to cost me to sell the
Okay.
house, so around 7%. You know, once I go through like real estate and all that, and then other costs of like
Sure.
closing and such, because I'll pay for closing
Okay.
2%. This is the offer that my calculator
Okay.
tells me that I should pay.
Now out of that, I need to configure my mortgage. Comes out of that, right?
Okay, so I've shown her that number. You know, it would have been like right around 130. Of course, the numbers were probably slightly different when I was on the spot. You know, everything's not going to be exact. Okay, but now she's asking what you would call buying questions. She's saying, okay, so, you know, she's not saying a hard no, so she's pretty accepting of that. She agrees with the way the offer has gone down. So now she's thinking about, you know, closing things like, okay, so I have my mortgage. My mortgage is around, I think it was around $80,000. So this would pay off my mortgage, and then I would put how much in my pocket? That's what she's asking.
Yeah, how much is your mortgage?
78.
Yeah, so so what we would do is, you know, we'd set the closing for a few weeks from now,
Yeah.
or whatever's comfortable
Like
for
middle
you.
July, somewhere around like that, yeah.
And then we would go to the closing. You know, we would close with with a title.
You know, value proposition here. I'll close on your timeline. I don't care. We can close, you know, in a few days, or we can close in a few months. Whatever is comfortable for you is what I'm trying to do. Value proposition.
Company. I usually use Rudy
because
Title.
they've got to get the title from the,
Yeah, and that's for both of us. So that way,
if I took 78 from that, what's that net me?
78, 50 grand. Yeah.
Can you do any better than that?
I mean, you know,
Okay, so I have some room here. Uh, I could be hard nosed. Sometimes I have been, but this lady is working with me. She's got some issues that she's going through. Whatever. Let's give a little bit more. Let's make her feel good about it. Sounds like we're in the ballpark together. Of course, like I said before, I would love to get the best deal humanly possible because that makes it safer for the things that I might or might not find in that house. But anyway, whatever. I want to get the deal, and so does she. So let's compromise a little bit.
It's more risk for me.
I understand.
I definitely like sure things. I deal.
So once again, the sales guys, I'm being as honest as possible. The less I get this for, the less risk there is in it for me. I'm telling her the truth. There's no lies going on.
A lot of people that are not like you, and you seem like the type of person that's gonna like go through with what you say.
Yeah.
So I mean, like, what's on your mind? Just tell me, and I can tell you if I.
Because that's netting me 50, right?
Mm-hmm. You'd like to make like 55?
Well, I'd like to make, maybe 55 or 60 at least. Yeah.
Could we meet in the middle at 55? If I gave you 134, 292?
Can I think about it a little bit?
Okay, so you give your pitch and then you shut up. You've heard that one before, and that's basically what's going on here. I'm asking her what she wants, putting her on it there, and we came to an agreement. Now she's about to ask if she can think about it, and this is really important, guys. It's a big deal, right? You're selling a house here. Not everybody goes and buys houses on a regular basis or sells houses on a regular basis like we might. And so it is a big deal for a lot of people. And so it seems like the reasonable thing to do would be, let's think on it. This is a huge deal. But here's the problem is that she got a postcard from me or a letter or whatever I sent her. And she called me. Do you think I was the only person that sent a letter to that person? If she was on my list, don't you think she's on somebody else's list? Don't you think she's probably talking to other people? And so in that case, I just have to ask myself, am I going to treat her better than the other people? Am I going to do better here? And, I like to think absolutely I do. Maybe I don't give the best price, but I guarantee you I'll close on that deal if I shake somebody's hand and say I'm going to do it. And so that's who I'm competing against. And I'm also not trying to be all like, what's the word? Like, I don't know, fake about this. Like, people say, you're just trying to help people. No, you're not. You're trying to help yourself. You're an investor. You're trying to make money, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. And so the deal is there's going to be some scabs that come in there, a whole bunch of wholesalers. They're going to say they're going to buy it. They'll get it under contract for whatever, 140, 150. They don't care because they'll just send it out to people like me and hope that I buy it. That's the way wholesalers work. And so I'm confident when I go in there, I'm closed on this thing. I'm the one taking the risk. I'm going to make sure it closes. So let's do this thing and let's do it now. And so you have to build some scarcity to say, no, like, basically you're either signing the contract with me now, or I just have to walk. Okay. And there's different ways to do that. But there are some cases where I do the, let's come back at this tomorrow or whatever. But I'll tell you that 90% of the time that it's a comeback tomorrow, that's called a be back in the sales world. They're not back because they had an appointment with somebody else right after you. And that's what happened. Okay. They were just trying to buy time until the next person came and offered them, 135 instead of 134. You have to, this is the part you push on. All right. You're not going to convince somebody that wasn't going to sell their house that they're going to sell their house. Like, that's not the kind of sales we're doing here. She wants to sell her house. Like, you heard it. All the words that she's saying is she's got a distressed house. It's a distressed situation for her and she wants out of it. And so I know she's selling. So I'm going to make sure I'm the buyer. All right. And that's why I'm using the tactics that I'm about to use. We're still at the negotiation table and I'm about to build a little bit of scarcity here.
To be honest with you, I was hoping for a little more, but honestly, I understand where you're coming from. But you do play the closing, right? You pay closing.
Yeah, you're not gonna have to pay anything
Okay.
unless you have back taxes and
No,
stuff.
no, I don't.
Yeah, so
I shouldn't unless my mortgage company's screwed up.
yeah, right. But I pay for everything,
Okay,
and also
okay.
like, you know, I've been doing this,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I try to make it so easy, like to where you don't have to deal with any of this crap.
And I appreciate that
and
because that's part of your cost too. Because I would have to pay to have somebody come in and remove it.
that's right.
So I would net 55.
That's right.
Okay. What do you think?
I would be down for a little bit,
Okay.
a couple days.
Well, I think he wants to close as soon as he can.
Yeah, the thing with me, and we can talk more. The thing with me is that I have a fund where like I've raised money to be able to buy houses, and I have to place the money. So it's like, especially an amount like this. So like if we're doing 134 292 plus I have like the $85,000 plus I have all my other holding costs, that's a huge chunk out of that fund that I have to place. And you know, if I go like on my next appointment and they want to do it, but then I have like an offer outstanding
Right.
with you, that is not a good situation. You know, like I can't do it twice. I wish I could, but
Okay. I mean, you know,
Is there any chance to wait till Monday? To for an answer?
Matt, it doesn't matter. I need to just think about it. I mean, I'll be honest with you. To have this house this long, I only make that much money. Is like, you know. But then again, I would have to invest $80,000 in this house to sell it, at least.
right, yeah, 85 is my cost.
Yeah.
And I'm you know, these guys all work for me.
$100,000 in here. So that would, and then I still might not get that much money back.
Right.
Well, granted, if I put $100,000 in here,
She's doing all the work for me here, of course, but I just want to go through the scarcity thing. Okay, you see, this would be one that I would use often is the fund thing. You know, we have a fund that I've raised money in, and I have to place that money. Okay, but I only have so much money. All right, so let's just say I'm buying this house for 134, but I go on my next appointment right after, and they actually agree to a contract. Well, I can't have another person like hanging out there, and I'm waiting for them to sign, because then my money will be gone, and I wouldn't be able to do what I said I was going to do. And so that's the I got to do it right now kind of speech. That's the scarcity speech. Another one is like if you have a 1031. You got to place that money. So same kind of thing. Or just like straight up, whether it's a fund or it's like hard money that you're borrowing, or if it's your own money. It's like you don't want to promise the money and then have somebody come back. And so like legit, that's the rule. This is the deal that I have for you right now. And that's it. Once I leave, it's not there anymore. Okay, that doesn't mean that maybe I wouldn't come back with a different deal later. It's not that I wouldn't follow up, but that the rule is that once I'm gone, I'm gone. Okay.
I could get the 200 and something, but I'm still going to have to pay back the 100,000 as
Yeah.
well as my mortgage.
Right. Yeah.
So if say I had 100,000, if my thinking's right, and I owed 78,000, I'm still and I only sell it for 240. I'm only getting what?
Well, so
If I had 170 in it and I'm only selling it for 240, I'm still not getting a lot of money.
the other things to consider with that is like,
you get
right. And so like everything on there that like I have to go pay, I get like tremendous deals on
sure
because
you do. Absolutely.
yeah. So like I'm sure that the real estate commissions and the closing is going to cost more. Then you also like when you're going to sell on the open market, you have to deal with inspections, and
that's
that's
like fives.
It depends.
Yeah.
You know, like it depends what people want and like how they're buying the house. So if like somebody comes and buys the house with an FHA mortgage, then also an FHA.
Oh, we did, but luckily I recorded later as well. So here, let me pull that one up. But we're getting close here, guys. You see, Getting close.
And I did not want to invest any money in this house.
Razor comes out and they have their
Okay, so she's like building the value prop for me here. You know, it's already pretty built up, but she's like thinking through all the things. What if I spend the money to go renovate the thing? Do I actually clear more? And here's the thing: is probably not. You know, like I'm making my money. Yes, I'm getting a good deal on the front end, but you know, it's like everybody's making money here. And I'm able to do the construction cheaper. I'm able to sell the house cheaper. I'm able to do everything cheaper and faster. And that's how I'm making my money. And that's great. You know, I'm making my money by buying a distressed property that I have the specific skills to go out and do. And that's what I built my business around. And that's the true sales pitch. Like I will make money off of this thing because I've built up all of those skills, all of those relationships, and all of those workflows. And she's thinking through this. You know, I don't even have to give that pitch because she's giving it for me.
No, I mean, that's one of the reasons I really wasn't going to go through a realtor or anything, and I did not want to invest any money in this house.
Mm-hmm.
So I felt like...
Right, that's the other thing. Like to do that, you got to come up with 100 G's to do the renovation.
Y'all had pursued me quite diligently, and I appreciate that.
Mm-hmm.
And not to mention, I would have to continue making mortgage payments through that whole time. And you said you would up that to where I could get 55, right?
Yeah, I would do that if we can agree upon it right now, so I can like cancel my appointments the rest of the day would be great. You know, yeah.
Something.
Right.
Can I walk in the back of the...
Yeah.
Just a second, please. If you don't mind.
Yeah. I'll go out to my truck and get paper. Oh, I got to get paperwork and such anyway.
Get the contract.
Yeah, and if we come to an agreement, if we could do something toward the middle of July.
Yeah.
I'm getting ready to pay the July payment.
Yeah, I mean, I could probably get it done faster if that's more appealing.
I think me and him and my daughter, so we've still got a few things to get out, and then I'm gonna have a mover come.
Okay.
So I'm thinking if we could have 3 weeks, that would probably
That's
be a
fine.
really good time frame for us.
That's fine. Yeah.
If that would work in your time.
Yeah, that's fine. Just you can't tell any of my partners that I gave an extra $5,000 because they'll tell. I'm always supposed to follow the calculator, you know.
Yeah.
All right.
We're gonna walk back here for just a second, Ron.
Cool. I'll be right back in. I'm gonna grab that paperwork.
Okay, so you know this is like the end of the closing. I already know that she's gonna, you know, talk to her son there, and she wants to sell the thing. We all know that at this point, right? But you notice this last little piece, and this is an important piece of closing the deal, putting closure on the deal, is I say, you know, I make her feel good at the end, unlike, you know, you got me to come up $5,000. You know, it's like, don't tell my colleagues this because they'll make fun of me because I'm supposed to follow the calculator. I mean, true story. And so, you know, why make somebody have buyer's remorse? Because there is a long, for one, that's not cool. You know, you want to have a good relationship with these people because she'll go and tell, you know, her friend that it was a good process and it will lead to another deal down the road. And also there'll be a few weeks before we actually close the thing. And so if she's got buyer's remorse right after she signs a contract with me, well, that's not going to be good. She's going to be looking for ways out. So I want to make her feel good about that. And so I like giving a little bit more right at the end. And then they have won the negotiation, so to speak. And then everybody's happy. There's like some weird GoPro-ness right here. Look at that strut. Weird walking. Not sure what's happening here. But look, I got a contract in the truck, ready to go. I'm just kind of standing out here like a weirdo and waiting so they can talk a little bit, jingling my keys, doing weird walks in the grass. Okay, all right. I don't walk weird, I don't think. Not like that, at least. But, you know, whatever. I do a lot of stupid things. We back. That was quick. Oh yeah, they were going in the back room to talk, so I was allowed in the kitchen. I got the contract ready to go. I'm sitting there. I have assumed the sale at this point. Setting my camera back down so you guys can hang out with me in the kitchen. They're going to do it. Breathing pretty heavy for a guy that tries to stay in shape. But you know, long walk, doing the weird walk.
If you can give me 55, we got a deal.
Ooh yeah.
But I do want to read the contract,
Yeah. I got to fill it out here.
which I guess I need to have glasses if I want to read the contract. Because by the time I did all the other stuff, you know, it's just not.
Yeah, the reality is, like, these houses are tough to sell.
They are.
There are people out there who do it, but they're not, like, the problem is they're not really the ones that buy the houses. They end up, like, trying to sell them to other people.
And you don't know how long they're going to be on the market. I mean, it could be on the market 3-4 months, and I'm paying I'm not.
Now, you know, this is bad on my part, really. Like, kind of part of my pitch all the time is that I'm the guy that buys them. You know, wholesalers are trying to sell the houses to me. There is no need for me to have that conversation there. I guess it helps, like, close, strengthen the deal. But, you know, anything that can strengthen a deal can also weaken a deal if you do it wrong. And so, you know, I should have probably just not said that. But I'm in it now, so don't get it all right every time.
Not only am I taking a second mortgage on my house for $100,000, which I don't want to do because my house is free and clear.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so.
No, it's, I don't know why I chose the life I chose, but it's full of headaches. So,
yeah. And I appreciate, mum's the word on the phone.
Yeah, that's right.
I appreciate it, but that would be good.
Cool.
And from what I understand, the title company handles getting the title.
Yeah, they deal with all that. And, like, that's not...
Yeah. Because they have to make sure it's free and clear, all liens and everything.
That's right. And that's not a company that I own. I use the same one all the time because they're, like, the biggest ones. And they're the best combination.
And I don't think there's an issue. I have contacted the mortgage company about my husband's death.
Okay, getting into some personal things there that I don't really want to talk about. I'm going to skip through here to see if there was any, like, issues that we dealt with, like, with the contract. I don't think there were, but, this was quite some months ago, so I don't remember exactly. But then I'm going to get to the last part, which is where you, like, really confirm the sale, mark your territory.
And so I am...
$55,000 on a Friday is always a good situation.
Yeah, that's a good pay.
Boy, see right there, that saves money, me not having to hire somebody to come in here and clean it up.
Totally.
Now, that piano, can y'all guys move that out?
I definitely added that to my construction budget. Yeah. Let us close early.
Legally, yeah. Oh, okay. They would let us.
Yeah, and it takes some more coordination, but most of the time we can pull it off if you guys let me know.
We're going to work as hard as we can to go ahead and get it finished.
Okay, so at this point, that was it. We closed it up, but this is an important part. I touched on a little bit the transaction coordination part. This is the marking the territory. I'm going to leave that house, and I mean, when I got in my truck, I was sending this paperwork to the title company and also my VA virtual assistant, making sure that there were emails between all of us saying, like, hey, this is already in progress, like, things are happening. So, and, I guess I could have gone back in the video, but hopefully by this time you can believe that I said what I'm about to say, which is that I told them exactly how the process is going to go. I'm going to leave here. I'm going to send this to the title company. You're going to get an email or a call from a person named Burp in the title company, and that person is supposed to call you. They need to get some information from you, and then also I'm going to call the title company and say, hey, could you do this quick so I can make sure we mark the territory, confirm the sale. And that's it, guys. I don't think that anything in that video is weird or dishonest. I think that a lot of people who do sales, even though I'm buying in this case, people who do sales do it really shady and shifty, and they lie and whatever, do nefarious things that give it a bad rap and make you not want to do this. But I'm telling you that you got to go direct to seller. It's better for everybody. It's better for you as the investor. It's better for them too. They're going to get taken advantage of by people, or they're going to have to go pay crazy fees, or they go to the market, have to pay real estate agents. They get torn apart on an inspection resolution. Just make the deal direct. Everybody wins in that scenario if you're doing it right, and if you're being honest, if you're just there to basically write a scope of work and educate yourselves so you can write quick scopes of work and you can do this like a pro. I have a free For Now school community where I teach you guys how to do exactly that. I answer every question every day except for on Sundays. And, ask them and check out this video right here. I'll talk to you guys soon.